Good morning and welcome to another ironic introduction to another video. This is actually me reattempting to record this video. The previous one I made ended up being way too long of a rant, and I wanted to make this a lot quicker for players because I know that your time is valuable and I realize some of these videos get longer than I think they should. So that being said, if it feels a little scripted, that's just because this is my third time recording it and because I want it to be faster for you. So that being said, when I woke up this morning, they had this crystal shard bundle available deal, and I was really excited because I opened it up and I instantly saw units, and I was like, this is free to play friendly. I love free to play friendly because that means it's grindable. So you might have some units stored up and you're looking at these deals and you're thinking about it, and as soon as I scrolled down and saw 2,000 5-star hero crystal shards, I said, nope, this is a waste of money. And I can tell you why I think that way, because there is some math involved and there is some randomness involved. So it's important to point out that there is a difference between uncollected and people who've yet to reach uncollected. I will timestamp this in the video, but I'm going to start with the people who have reached uncollected because I feel like their deal has more value to it, and so it's going to be something I have to kind of like explain why I think it's a scam more readily. So first, I'm going to evaluate everything else except for the 5-star hero crystals as well as the 6-star hero crystals in the bundle. So looking at it, you see one champion boost. Well, let's just look at the first one, right? So for 500 units, you can get a fifth of a 5-star hero, 2 tier 1 alpha catalysts. The gold is completely ignorable, and 1 champion boost. Now, 1 champion boost is alright, but doesn't carry a deal. 2 tier 1 alpha catalysts, I know that for veteran players, that tier 1 alpha catalysts are not a problem. So again, something I would say is completely negligible. So essentially, for 500 units, you get a fifth of a 5-star character and 1 champion boost. Now, if this tops you off and you don't want to wait, go ahead and buy this. Right? For 500 units, this is not absolutely the worst. It's not a great deal, but you would be paying essentially what I would say is 500 units to not wait, right? So there's value there, but not one I think is strong. I think you're better off taking those 500 units and just accepting that you need to wait a little bit longer on your 5-star character and go grind story or something. That's what I'll be doing. You guys should know that I'm only 3,000 5-star hero shards away from a 5-star, and I'm just going to wait. I think these deals are not going to be worth even as a top off. So that being said, if you're buying the advanced 5-star cash, I'm going to make the assumption that you're going to buy the last deal as well, because I think these deals are so bad that the only reason you would buy them is if you either have over 10,000 units saved and are just looking for something to blow your units on, in which case I'm going to ask, did you buy OG Vision, and how do you have over 10,000 units still? Second, if you're a space whale, and it really doesn't matter how much these cost, because as long as they are at least slightly valuable, you're going to buy them. There's a value in that too. So that being said, if for one of those two reasons you are buying these characters, the deals add up to roughly 4,700 units, which are the Odin's Vault and the Black Panther's Treasure. Now, I know that doesn't add up to 4,700, but I'm going to say it's safe to assume most players have that extra 150 unit difference. So for $150 at the worst, you can get all of these deals. Now, for $150, you are essentially getting, I apologize, where is the deal? For $150, you are essentially getting what adds up to 2 5-star heroes and a small, very small portion of a 6-star hero. So why do I think that's a bad deal? Because you're essentially paying $75 for a random 5-star hero. And so for $75, you could get Colossus. Sorry, Colossus, I know you might be or probably getting a buff coming soon, but you could get Hulkbuster. You could get the Hood for $75, and that hurts a lot. Now, if you're a space whale, it doesn't matter because this is a better deal than buying crystal shards in the shop with units. I would make the argument that at $150, if you're uncollected, you might be better off just buying the Grand Master crystals, the Grand Cavalier crystals, I apologize, because I think that those just have a better drop rate. I am not uncollected yet, so if you are Space Whale looking to buy these, I would highly consider comparing, the $150 you get here to $150 you spend in the future. So that being said, overall, this is a scam. This is what in other gacha games I would call a scam draw. Whenever you have to pay any amount of money for a random chance character, it's called a scam, because your likelihood of getting something bad is so high that you're probably just going to be spending money on something bad. Now, if that is something you are okay with because you are a Space Whale and this is a deal, awesome. Or if that's something, if this is completely free for you and you have over 10,000 units, so energy refills, masteries, health potions, revives, those aren't a concern to you, awesome. This is a great deal then, right? This is full free to play. So either large pool of units or Space Whale, those are the only people I think should be buying this. Otherwise, it's a scam. Even if you have a large pool of units, I still think it's a scam, but you've been hoarding your units for this long, might as well spend them on something that's at least, a scam draw, right? Because you might not have an option going forward, but you might also consider just saving them for a better deal. Now, it was really easy to see scrolling down that the people who have yet to reach uncollected are even worse off, because the unit cost is increased for some reason. I guess they think newer players are more likely to spend money on something bad. But let's say you're a new player and you're buying this first one. 650 units, let's pretend you're topping off, right? If you're topping off your 5-star hero and it's your first 5-star hero, this 650 units could potentially save you a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. So for 650 units, you can top off. There's a value in that. I will not be doing it. I don't think this is valuable enough for me. But if you're a new player and you really need those 1,000 5-star hero crystal shards and you have the units, you could potentially buy that and it wouldn't be the worst. It wouldn't be the worst. You do get about half a 4-star hero and an ultimate crystal, which will probably be a 3-star character, but you might get essentially 1.5 4-star characters and 1/10 of a 5-star character. So if you're topping off, there's a value there. If you're not topping off, don't buy this. Absolute waste. So going from there, if you're buying all 3 bundles, I'm going to assume if you're buying more than just the first one, you're buying all 3, because really you should push to the 3rd one, as there is no value in buying the first and the second one. For the most part, I am going to count the gold as negligible. There is a real amount of gold in this, but I don't have a gold problem yet. I feel like most people who haven't reached uncollected probably don't have a gold problem yet. I know the gold problem is mostly for people who don't spam a ton of arena. And even if you do spam a ton of arena, it becomes a problem, but I feel like that's only for people who have a large roster anyways. If you have a large roster anyways, this is a waste. So that being said, for more money, right, so for more than $150, a non-uncollected player can get one 5-star hero, a little bit more in shards, but it only translates to 1 5-star hero. You get 2 4-star hero characters, a legendary crystal, which I can only say is probably a 4-star character, and an ultimate crystal, which is probably going to be a 3-star character. So you can get 3 4-star characters, 1 5-star character, and 1 3-star character. I apologize for the weird ascension there. For over $150. That's a terrible deal, right? So first off, 5-star heroes are what you're going for. Even if you have no 4-star heroes, they're so readily available that there's no purpose in buying this. This isn't like a massive boost forward for players who are not uncollected yet. You're better off playing the story, playing the event, and just patiently waiting to build up your roster. Farm basics in the arena, guaranteed basics in the arena. Drop $30 on unit refreshes and farm the points for a character you really want. For over $150, you get random chances, and if you get lucky, then maybe there's a value there, but even then, you're just, playing the lottery? If you want to play the lottery, go ahead and buy this. If you're a space whale who wants a nice progression boost, go ahead and buy this. But even if you have over 10,000 units saved as someone who's yet to reach uncollected, which if you have over 10,000 units saved and haven't reached uncollected, maybe go drop your units on reaching uncollected for those boosted rewards. But let's say you haven't reached uncollected, or don't have an interest in reaching that, and have over 10,000 units, I would still not buy this. I think your units are still better off spent on masteries, energy refills, and honestly, go push for uncollected. So that being said, it was almost really exciting to have these in my mailbox. Unfortunately, it turns out it was just a scam draw. Scam draws it's a coin term from the other gacha game I play, and it's a word coined for any random chance draw that you have to spend money on. Now, I understand that these are units, so they are free to play friendly, but even as a free to play player, you should think of your units as having a dollar value, because they literally have a dollar value. So any random draw that you have to spend money on is a scam draw, because the likelihood, the percentile chance of you getting something completely worthless is incredibly high. Now, as a space whale, as a brand new player of space whale, these are great values because this is a huge progression boost, right? And the money's not a problem, so it doesn't matter how much they cost. So if you're a space whale, go ahead and buy these. I just want to make the difference there because I know that those exist. I am not a space whale and will not be purchasing this. So at this point, feel free to click off the video. But if you want to know what I think could be easily done to make these higher value, I would say for this uncollected bundle, all you have to do, right, kabam, if you're listening, is make the first 2 caches add up to 1 5-star hero crystal, right? For 1,700 units, it is not bad to get a 5-star character. Put energy refills in this, like 1, 3, and 5 scaling. Put way more gold in here. This is not enough gold to make it worth noticing or even acknowledging. And make these tier 2 alpha catalysts. Tier 2 alpha catalysts, 2 times tier alpha catalysts. 5 times tier 2 alpha catalysts. Actually, it doesn't even need to be that much. Make it 1 tier 2 alpha catalysts and 2 tier 2 alpha catalysts. Now people are eyeballing this deal and considering spending their units. And the last one for 3,000 units for the equivalent of $100, I would say make this a pick your own 5-star character. Now, I believe in picking characters, because when you pick a character like the OG Vision, you're saying, I'm spending 3,000 units to get OG Vision. You know exactly what you're getting, so there's an immediate value transfer. So that being said, you said for 3,000 units you can pick any 5-star hero crystal. This would be a great deal, and you can even make it limited, right? You're like, okay, pick one of these 10 characters, reduce the pool, maybe say for 3,000 units, you only get one of these 6 characters, and then make it 6 characters that are actually decent, right? But we, as players, if we go for these shards, have no idea what we're going to get, and are probably going to get something incredibly disappointing. Also, why are there no alpha catalysts in this last bundle? That makes no sense, right? Like, even if you are going to do a tier 1 scaling, why are there no tier 2 alpha catalysts in this last bundle to match the tier 1 alpha catalysts above, right? Like 2 tier 1s, 5 tier 1s, 1 tier 2. That's just a logical ascension. It looks nice. Numbers add up neat. As a player, I think that matters. Maybe you don't. Maybe you think the 6-star hero crystal shards make up for it, but that doesn't add up to a 6-star hero, so it's irrelevant in my opinion, unless it's a top off. As for this, players who have yet to reach uncollected, for starters, this should be less units, not more. The deals are worse, so why are you making them cost more? I understand that what you've put in here is a higher progression boost for players who've yet to reach uncollected, but the whole point is that they've yet to reach uncollected. They don't have more units and more money to put into the game to progress. Why are there no resources for upgrades in here? Rank up gems, energy refills mean even more to newer players. Put health potions, revives. These players haven't reached uncollected yet. Those would be great values for them. get rid of the 4-star hero crystal shards and dump those back into 5 stars. Again, it's fine at a random chance for the first and second one. Actually, the first one and second one add up to be okay if the last deal would be worth it. With the last deal, again, give players an opportunity to pick a character or have a selected character already randomly picked for them or something, because at this point, it's not worth it. So I know that that's a little bit ranty. It makes me frustrated when these deals come into the game, because I think that it wouldn't be difficult to make them valuable and worth buying. And I know a lot of people are going to buy this because they say, I have the units, these are so nice, these are so pretty. But please don't. Please save your units for something better. Please just honestly, if you spent all of the units on energy refills, I would say that that was a better use of your units than this. So that being said, I hope that my thoughts can help some of you figure out whether or not you're going to buy these, and I'll talk to you later.